Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including four-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfalla.
And Ray Alfalla is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Peak-Antifreeze iRacing Series.
Three-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a three-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare two laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. We are here in Florida at a sunny and shiny Sebring International Raceway. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Barberera, and you're here live watching Apex Racing TV.
Hello everyone, hello Austin, and all the viewers of Apex Racing TV that have, might be a bit full of hearing our voices since we just did the 6-hour race on Friday and a 24-hour race that ended up a few hours ago. But we are back for iGPFun. A lot of the drivers, some of the drivers that are here were in the 24-hour race, by the way, so kudos to them. We are in round 10 of the iGPFun Championship with 3 rounds left. We are at beautiful Sebring, of course, and Thiago Martol is still leading the way with 17 points over Gavin Petty in the title chase. Going down to the wire, Andy Flint on the outside looking in at 305 points. In the sub-2000 category, it's a much bigger gap with Martin Devine with around 90 points. Not around, a round 90 points over Patrick Rowlands and Elvin Cortecas, who's out of contention. So these names we just told you are the ones that are going to be battling for the title down the line this season. But first of all, need to survive Sebring, and apparently the 24-hour race in real life they're doing in Sebring has been a very successful event. It will be repeated next year. Sounds like a fantastic idea to me. We are going a bit short of the 24 hours today. We are just doing our classic iGPFun 1-hour self-contained adventure. But man, these F3 cars will be put, and the driver will put us into the test by this very, very demanding racetrack.
It certainly is, and I think I'm all endurance race out. I woke up to that Sebring race, and it was pouring down rain there. They actually had a red flag, and then it became a sunny end, and I believe the BMW Turner car won right there. The 24-hour series was, I believe, GT4 and touring cars competing in there, so no GT3s or anything. It's a much more calmer series than what we were used to and what we were covering last night with Jeep. And the night before, GT3, GTEs, and LMP2s around Daytona and Le Mans on multiple endurance races. But yeah, these F3 cars love an iGPFun race, and you know, these guys are going to be giving it their all here today.
Absolutely. Max Bartolotta leads the way with a 10th over Samuel Ermer. Victor Barris is in third. A new name, Roberto Fei, teammate to Bartolotta, is sitting in fourth. There is. And fifth place so far is Jerome Lamiar, championship leader. Thiago Martó, he wasn't at his best last week, and today sitting in sixth place, 4/10 of a second back in one of the last few races. He's going to drive for Team Shazhou themselves are announcing, I think, a rebrand for next season, new liveries, new everything. You know, I love liveries, therefore eagerly waiting what they will bring to us next year on iGPFun. And not only that, of course. The weather, 32 degrees, so average track temperature here in Sebring shouldn't be too much of a problem for these drivers. So we are at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so track, I'm expecting it's going to keep this temperature throughout the day. I see no driver improving on his lap time, Austin, so it seems like Bartolotta and Ermer, who are happy with their times, they are not going to go out on track anymore. Maybe Antonio Jimenez can improve on his time as he rounds up the final corner for his DriveX car. And there he comes, out of the bumpy ride of Sunset Bend. Start finish line for him. It's a very tight field.
Ooh,
half a second away. Oh, and Martó jumps up to fourth out of nowhere.
Yeah, Martó last lap jumps up into fourth place. That'll be great for him, starting from the second row instead of the third row that he was originally planned to. Sebring's such a fun track to drive. The bumps make it really challenging here. Haven't driven here in real life in multiple cars, including single-seaters. I can tell you that these bumps really hurt when you hit them wrongly, and you know, you gotta drive around the bumps at times. And the biggest bump, I have to say, is at Sunset Bend. If you go around there, and if your car's not set up to really take those bumps and you hit that one wrong, oh, you will be going around and into the wall.
And especially with these little Formula cars, which are not really designed for taking all these bumps. I mean, no normal race car is designed to drive around here, but especially these little Formula cars, you blow on them and they will lose composure. So it's going to be tricky, especially at the beginning of the race when you're all together. Even in turn one, where the bumps are there but not as big as the last corner, if you hit a bump the wrong way on cold tires, you could spin and you know, take out half of the field. But we know iGPFun rules, very strict and very respectful at the start of the race. Therefore, we are not expecting any disaster as per usual. This is a very clean series. Checkered flag waving. Tony Jimenez, here he comes, and he's slowing down. But Thiago Martó is still on a fast lap. I mean, pedestrian lap apart from a record-breaking Sector 3, so quite the strange lap for him. Is it still enough to improve? We shall see.
We're gonna find out. Comes across the line. He does.
Wow!
This at the last second.
that Sector 3 must have been the best Sector 3 in the history of the racetrack, because how can he score pole by improving only in one sector? I have no idea, unless our timing is bugged.
No, that Sector 3 was all it needed. But oh my gosh, Martó, last chance, takes pole position. I would say provisional right here because, you know, we still have a few cars out there on track, but by 0.05 of a second with one last opportunity. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow, indeed, Austin. We're just waiting for Bison, Lamy, and Adam Talsma to cross the start-finish line. I don't think Talsma and Lamy will get the chance to do so, or maybe they will. Probably Lamy, not Talsma, because we are a bit lagging behind. You know, the time has expired a few minutes ago. Here comes
It's half an
Jerome
hour ago.
Lamy.
It'd be like the Longhorn women's basketball game that my dad's still yelling at.
And here comes Talsma. Can he get his lap time in, even though it doesn't look an improvement? No, the sim said you are not going to complete your lap. So, here we go. It's a big grid, and with 46 cars ready to go, your starting grid for tonight.
Yeah, QT Marteau starts up on pole, followed by Max Bartolotto, Samuel Hermer, Victor Barris, Roberto Fai, Jerome Lamley in 6th place, Luca Ferrani, Max Giacchino right behind him with Mule McIntyre, Vincenzo Monroe, Julio Poliso, and Lucas Marouk behind them. They're followed by Alex Fournier, Antonio Tellez, Alex Lado, Daryl Governor, Richard Van Veen, Clark Williams, Leonardo O'Cherry, Andrea Catalini, Alex Hawkins, Andy Flint out of Talsma, who was also in that endurance race that we were just covering last night. They finished, I believe, 7th in the LMP2 class, followed by Nick Carty behind them, with Philip Lucas, Stuart Millen, Zoltan Zomotor, Dave Martin, Johan Bergerson, Massimiliano De Laurentiis, Mark Mathis, Eloy Cortacas, Kuchiaito, Robert Ridgway, Martin Devine, Zachary Beeson, and Claude Remillard, Reed Dennis, Patrick Rollins, Marcus Hudson, Keanu Richie Robertson, JJ Gonzalez, Matthew Gracie, Noel Richie Robinson, Andre S. Santos, and William Wedd at the end of our 46 car grid.
Yeah, I don't see
at Sebring.
Neither Bobberg nor Glamsetter. They stayed in the session for the whole night in the car, despite being 200 laps down. So somebody forgot their iRacing on, probably. And unsurprisingly,
probably still in that session.
Unsurprisingly, they're not here. So a rare missed appearance for the Crips Racing guys. But it's a big grid nonetheless, and we are ready to bring it to you. In 10 seconds, the start sequence will begin. No, it's a bit early. Everyone is on the grid.
Everyone's on the grid. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Green, green, green here at Sebring, and it's a great start in the middle of the field. QT Marteau gets a good start, and Bartolotto and Hermer jumping side by side immediately, and Hermer gets up ahead, getting that draft. Is going to be side by side by them heading into turn 1 right there. QT Marteau leading it off right there. Then it's Bartolotto and Hermer still side by side. Victor Barris and Fly right behind them right there. First time heading into that corner. Hermer tried looking down the inside. Bartolotto held around the outside. They were taking it very aggressively, but very safely as well. And Marteau sideways coming out of the first sector of corners.
No.
We got cars sideways. That's Fournier. Fournier's in the wall. Fournier's collected by 2. Fournier's collected by 3 cars. 3 cars involved. Fournier's car, all the confetti in the world.
And Tony Menes also involved in that. Couple of cars going. Oh, it's Roberto Fei and Victor Varris and Jerome Lamy. They are all off at the hairpin. So disaster strikes twice, unfortunately, as Bartolotta is thinking about taking the lead. Sevillano and Morrone are going at it. Austin, we are in the time of the year where you are bamboozling me into mispronouncing Italian names. So I was about to say
to the wrong side.
I was about to say Monroe there. But yeah, very unlucky for the drivers involved in that crash. Lucas Marouk is also looking very racy behind Alex Jedot. Let's jump on board with him for Digital Apex Signet as we go into this beautiful part of the racetrack. Now, the preferred line here actually tells you to cut a bit inside the curb, but cut a bit too much and you have a massive slowdown.
Yeah, big slowdown at the fastest part of the track. And now it's a massive drag train. We have a few cars looking down the inside. That is Julio looking up the inside. He's already made the move on Will McIntyre. McIntyre on the outside right there. Everybody right now has had a great start. Only Roberto Fine on Jinx, Lucas Marouk. Marouk's right at the exit to the watch out. Oh, round the outside. Bartolotto and Marteau. Bartolotto going for the lead. Max Bartolotto round the outside. Still around the outside. Max in the lead. What a move right there.
What a pass from Bartolotta, and Hermer is also glued to the rear end of Marteau. This could be a fantastic three-way fight for the victory. Now they need to be careful at the hairpin. They're almost thinking about going too wide.
3 wide heading into the hotel hairpin, laid on the brakes.
No!
Max, and Hermer spins out!
Oh, disaster for Hermer. What a strange mistake, a driver of his experience.
He's kicking himself over that. Max moved over just a slight bit. So I believe Hermer might have done a little bit of correction. Let's ride on board of Samuel Hermer. Now watch Max Bartolotto on the right side. Watch him move over just slightly right there. And oh, he just locks up the brakes. I don't know if he turned left just a little bit to try to avoid Max, but that is a very strange mistake. And also a strange mistake. Both our leaders are off the track now.
Oh, look who's on the podium.
Hey, Luca Ferrani's here.
It's been a while since we had Luca sniffing around the podium. Remember when he was fighting for the victory in Laguna Seca a couple of years ago? Then he had that collision in the first corner towards the end of the race, and he was taken out, unfortunately. And I don't think, I might be mistaken, but I don't think he's had a sniff at the podium ever since. So right now sitting nicely in third, but Julio Palacio has debuted this season in the championship, and he's getting faster and faster with each and every race, and now he is a very serious threat for Luca. And let's not forget, of course, Will McIntyre. He is also absolutely in the hunt for the third step on the podium, as well as we have this incredible fight with Govender, Yedo, Giacchino, Morrone. Luca Varani goes wide. That corner there, if you go wide, it's so difficult to gather your car. And sometimes when you rejoin 45 to 90 degrees to the cars that are coming, and it's going to be a disaster. So you gotta be super careful as Alex Hopkins gets the better of Catalani, who went deep as well in the first corner. Great action all the way around in these first few laps of iGPFun.
Yeah, see Hermer trying to make his way back into the top 10 on the inside, hard onto the brakes. Hermer makes that move easily on Williams right there. Did the wheel off into the dirt right on the outside right here. Going off the track is so common here that the track has actually put a cone all the way on the outside of the used runoff for drivers. I don't know why there's a cone out there, but there is a cone out in the dirt where that runoff, air quotes, is. But they run it so much that there's no fixing it. Though they weren't running it today after the giant rainstorm of the 24-hour series. That line looked like a mud pit, which, you know, it's not. This is. I know we're in the south, but this ain't a mud park. Governor under attack by Max. Max looking up the inside, heading into Sunset Bend. Got that inside line heading in there. He's got to get the exit right. Goes a little bit wide. Here comes Governor off the exit side by side. But it's going to be Giacchino leading that lap for them. Here comes Daryl Governor down to the inside right now. Governor heading into turn 1. Gets that move made. Can he keep it, though? Here comes Max off the exit. We got a car way off ahead of him. I believe that's Lato. And oh, Governor and Max Giacchino almost coming together on the apex of that corner as they continue to fight it out for 8th place.
Tell you what, Bartolotta is pulling a little bit of a gap over Marteau. 1 second now, as Giacchino is trying to poke on the inside of Peak, not poke on the inside of Govender, and he gets the job done. So up into 8th place is Max Giacchino.
Up there's Samuel Hermer. He's going to try to have this fight as well. But yeah, Max leaped it onto the inside. But, you know, some would say, oh my gosh, he's pushing Governor off the track. Governor gave it a little love tap on the end. Max going onto the outside. There is Governor onto the inside. There's Hermer also watching right beside him. Oh, Governor and Hermer make contact. And Samuel Hermer just can't believe it right there. Staying on the outside of them. They make contact, and then Hermer gets contacted by them. I believe Hermer might have some damage to there. Clark Williams also involved. Daryl Governor. That car is sporting the Italian rear wing.
We haven't seen one of those in a while. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to look at the 3 wide there, because it was a bit risky in my opinion. We know. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
Risky right there.
I'm sure that from his perspective it looked like a very safe rejoin. But when you see a car disappear from the camera and then reappear a few seconds,
you start to have second guesses. There's Hermer heading into the pit lane. Definitely has damage on that car. I'm not sure where though, but he certainly felt it, and he's going to be just shaking his head, not happy about that. 3 wide behind Williams for 10th place. Catalani, Millen, and Adam Talisman in there as well. Look at this fight for 10th, Marco. Look at.
And McIntyre and Morrone coming to the hairpin. Here comes the Italian on the inside, the red and grey car. Gets the job done.
Off track up ahead. Marteau lost a lot of time up there. That's one. No wait, that's not Marteau. That is Fournier. Vincenzo Morone. Marco, how do I say it?
Morrone.
Morone.
Uh-huh.
All right. Closed in on him, and he actually murdered a cone right there, so it's going to be fined a little bit. Adam Talisman, who, you know, was racing last night, and you know what I asked last week during the broadcast, since we were sporting the Netherlands topical rear wings. I asked for America rear wings. The boys at Scooter and Metallica Car and Adam Talisman, they heard me loud and clear. And well, the rear view wing, we've gone back to the eyes. It's the commander of the Team America World Police.
Oh yes. If he completes the pass, we'll go on board with him and show it to the world. But easier said than done, as the I mean, we can get. There is
America, America, Talisman, yeah, makes the overtake for 11th place now. Adam Talisman, yeah, gonna go for 10th place now. I'm gonna stop before we get copyright strike.
I absolutely have no idea who's going to keep Austin at bay next season.
You are all under fire. Yeah, I'll miss you in the booth, buddy. Richard Van Veen has had another incident falling down the field, as behind them Millen and O'Cherry having a side-by-side look. O'Cherry diving it up the inside for 12th place, and Leonardo O'Cherry up into 12th. And on the fight back, O'Cherry defended well on Stuart Millen, as a few of the cars dip a wheel into the dirt right there. I'm probably going to get a talk to about singing during the broadcast again.
Alex Vigiano, Ido, and Will McIntyre. And Bartolotta at the front is pulling away beautifully. Now,
yeah,
last week... sorry, Austin. Last week, actually, I think Max... I don't know if Max, I don't remember if Max Giacchino or Max Bartolotta jumped in for an interview, but we only realized once we rolled credits, and I said, we'll chat next week to his team boss. So, yeah, absolutely not jinx. Au contraire, this is why they're having some extra pep in their step. They know that if they win, they can talk to you. So that's what explains the incredible pace from Bartolotta.
It certainly is. And oh, Millen and Lucas side by side. Lucas got a great run, swinging around the outside. Oh, contact! Oh no! Lucas and Millen contact, and oh man, seems like both have gotten out there unscathed, but both of them are just probably not happy about that. Lucas had to move around the outside and unfortunately made contact right there.
Let's grab a replay if we can. We can. Let's grab the chopper. Mill on the inside, Lucas on the outside, and
oh, it's the lockup on the inside line.
Then they made close friends with each other.
Too close.
Zoltan Zomotores, Bartolotta 52.8, 53.0 for Marteau. Let's see Varani 53.2, and Palacio, as we have this move from that should be Zachary Bison. Yes, he goes on the inside. Doesn't make the move, but it was a good defense, and now he's trying to get back to Lucas, who must have some damage, and there is a car in the fence. Should be Zomotor.
Got a little bit wide off the exit, tapped the wall right there, should be going fine. Check the steering.
Yeah, thankfully for him, he hit the wall straight with the wheels and the wheel straight. So usually you can sort of get away with it. You need to be lucky. Lennart Cherry, Batman around the outside of Talisman. Bit deep, and who's got the better exit? I think it's going to be Talisman, as there was a pass in front of them with Sevillano passing McIntyre. What a great battle, this one.
Talisman defending from Leonardo Ocherry. Ocherry charging for that 11th spot. Absolutely love the Sebring track. It just gives it so many opportunities to make moves, and it provides a different challenge in pretty much every other corner. So you got the fast corners, got the slow corners, got the turn sections with the quick right, left, rights. You got the really long corners and the hard braking zones too. And here comes Talisman on Ocherry on Talisman. Ocherry trying for that outside line. Heading into Sunset Bend. Talisman's got the inside line. Ocherry on that outside line. Ocherry, here it goes. Talisman kept it tight. Ocherry can have a good run right here. It's not going to happen right there. As here comes Leonardo Ocherry. Ocherry's got a good run. Talisman went a little bit wide. Here comes Ocherry, sending it up the inside on Talisman. Ocherry and Talisman still side by side. Talisman's got that inside line from the next corner, and he's going to stay up there in 11th. And as they fight, Talisman's teammate, Andy Flint's going to be behind him. And here they go again, side by side, heading into the hotel hairpin. Around the outside is Ocherry. Talisman staying on that inside line. A little bit of a hesitation right there. Ocherry got a good exit out there, but he had to lift off just a little bit to avoid contact with Talisman. Ocherry's got a great run. Ocherry's got the lead on Talisman, but Talisman's out that inside line, racing into the next corner. Talisman and Ocherry still side by side, and it's going to be Leonardo Ocherry up into 11th place. Beautiful fight, but as they're fighting, we got more cars behind them. Andy Flint and Dave Martin, as that is Andrea Catalini off the track at 10th place ahead of this 4-car trade.
Yes, sir. Let's see if Leonard can defend on the backstretch. There they go. So easy. If you go wide there, of course, you have a date with the wall on the right, which is never ideal.
Here comes comes Talisman. Talisman looking down to the inside this time. This is how he defended from O'Cherry, but can he hold off O'Cherry with the overtake down the inside? He does have the overtake. O'Cherry getting into his draft right now. Andy Flint behind O'Cherry. There goes O'Cherry down to the inside. Flint staying on the outside in the draft of his teammate. Heading into turn one. O'Cherry down low. Talisman out wide. Still side by side off the exit. There at the background is Dave Martin looking down to the inside of Andy Flint. O'Cherry and Talisman swap spots. Talisman back into 11th. And more cars are joining this fight too.
As Will McIntyre has had an issue, but we'll see that in a second. You see the smoke right in front of these drivers.
No money around the outside that time. But he's still there. We saw this overtake last time by, but Talisman just has a little bit faster exit, stays ahead of O'Cherry. And everybody's fighting, squabbing for spots right here. Talisman down low. Talisman still in 11th. O'Cherry so eager to get by out of Talisman. These two are so equally matched. O'Cherry swings out wide earlier, trying to establish a running base to get a line to be beside Talisman right there, but he's got to earn it. He's going to be down the inside, heading into the Le Mans section. Side by side, O'Cherry's got a nose in there. Big send by Talisman around the outside to stay ahead of O'Cherry. O'Cherry goes out wide. Here comes Andy Flint on O'Cherry.
Pass for fifth, Yedo in front of Palacio, so the charge from Palacio would seem like could have challenged Luca for the podium, stop a bit. Oh, and that's why, because Julio has gone into the pit lane.
Yeah, Julio had an incident, and that's going to make that fight for 11th, the fight for 10th place, as this is, Gattolini off.
He was in front of the guys we were just watching, Austin, and he had an off already, if you remember, a couple of minutes ago, and now I think...
No, he didn't get into the grass. Oh, he hit the bump on the outside of the track, went wide and tapped the wall right there. And, well, luckily didn't rejoin in front of that rabid group of Talisman and O'Cherry in the fight for 9th place now. This is our race leader, Max Bartolota, up in the lead. And, you know, has a big gap to Marteau, but Marteau last lap put in the fastest lap of the race. He did that the lap before that too. And, you know, I feel like Marteau gets better as the run goes on. And we are not done with this fight at the lead if this continues to be the tail of the tape between them. I know it's just 0.03 of a second difference, but, you know, Bartolota has a little bit of traffic ahead of him. As, speaking of traffic, that fight for 9th place is still going on.
Yeah, there they are.
Ground board of Andy Flint behind these two ahead of him. And Flint sitting in the jump seat, as some might call it. Something happens, he'll be taking that spot, but he's also actively trying to go again. And once again, just like last time, Bartolota and Marteau set personal best times. And Marteau, fastest lap of the race. O'Cherry looking on the outside, heading into Sunset Bend. O'Cherry trying to carry the speed around the outside, but Talisman down that inside, the tighter line, making it work. But now O'Cherry with that outside line, heading into the inside line into turn 1, has the faster speed. Here comes Flint. Flint's going to make it 3 wide, heading into turn 1. And oh no! O'Cherry and Talisman in the wall. They went 3 wide. The late dive by Andy Flint, forcing O'Cherry to go a bit wide, and out of Talisman didn't even know that was going to happen. And Talisman just ran his own line. O'Cherry got wide into him, and bam! That is a hard hit into the wall for both those drivers. And, you know, it was Andy Flint making it 3 wide, and O'Cherry just, you know, being conservative right there, and that's what happened. You know, I did an overtake like that earlier today at the Spec Racer Fords at Interlagos. You kind of feel guilty when doing it. When you get 3 wide, you see the 2 other people that you're racing with have an incident because you know the guy on the inside got a little bit wide because of you, and you know you're part of the you're part of the circumstances that caused that incident.
Absolutely, and I think there's going to be an interesting debrief in the Metallica Discord after this race. I guess they're both severely jet lagged from the enduro, so yes. I don't think you're supposed to go 3 wide in that corner, even by iGPFun standards.
It's 3 wide on the first lap.
Speaking of Vincenzo Morrone going a bit wide. Want to join iGPFun? There's the link. We'll post it in the Discord momentarily. In the YouTube chat momentarily. Join the Discord. And if you want to try your hand at driving the F3 car in such a massive field, a massive, respectful field every Sunday, this is the league for you. 2 requirements: be a nice guy and be able to control the F3 car in a decently sized pack of cars. But it's open to newcomers and veterans alike. Each week the series races on the same track as the official iRacing F3 Championships, so it works as training. You can make friends, you can improve yourself in the practice sessions. There is setup talk. You know, they help you learn how to drive the car, all the tips and tricks and the secrets. So absolutely a fantastic series to join. We have been broadcasting this for 2 years almost now, and I think the more important thing, you get to be on TV on Sundays, as Richard Valvin has had a problem. And if you're good enough, you might get interviewed by... Oh, that's a bit more than a problem, I would say. That's a
massive issue. That front left wheel is looking not right. And here's Richard Van Veen heading into Hotel Hairpin. Oh no! Back end just gets a little bit squirrely. Too much mustard off the exit. And, well, there goes the nose, there goes the wing, and there goes the alignment. Bartolotta answers back to Marteau last 2 laps, and this lap, new fast lap of the race, 152.548, and gained 4/10 in the last 2 laps. But Marteau, he did have to deal with traffic on that time by, but 3.8 seconds separates them now.
Yeah, as this is as dominant as we've seen Bartolotta in quite a long time. The Discord link is in the YouTube chat finally.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was looking for it, and it did an update, and then I put my mouse over the chat, and I forgot it to scroll down. Race up front, very spread out, but the race for 8th place, tight right there is Will McIntyre is in a fight, and I believe he's being caught by Andy Flint. Also another tight fight is the fight for 17th, Zachary Beeson. Really close right there, and he's fighting with Martin Devine right now, and Zachary Beeson actually making that move for that spot. And here's that McIntyre and Clark Williams fight up here for 7th place.
10 laps to go in the race. Is going to be in just a second as Max Bartolotta crosses the line. There we go for lap number 15. Another fantastic lap, 52.455 for the Italian. And look at Will McIntyre, team 14-15-9. How should we say that? 14159, 114,159, 1,400 and... Oh man.
Numbers.
Numbers. I find
it weird. It might be a cryptogram.
Yeah, I find it weird that you guys, when you need to say at 1,500, you say 1,500. I still haven't gotten used to that. Crazy Americans.
Yeah, we're weird. We're weird.
Oh, we have some trouble at the back.
Yes, we do. Marcus Hudson being overtaken by Roberto Fai. Roberto was in that incident at the start of the race, fell down 17 spots, and slowly making his way back up through the field. And that crash at the start was violent. Back to the fight for 7th, McIntyre and Clark Williams. Williams leading out of these two, and behind them you can see Flint making ground up to them. And Andy Flint, we've seen how he can slowly catch up to you and then get on your back end, and you know, surprisingly could go for a double move. So we might see this 2-car fight turn into a 3-car fight very soon. So they head down that long back straight, well, side straight really, because it's parallel to the start-finish straight. So here comes McIntyre down the inside, heading into Sunset Bend. McIntyre has the lead momentarily, but it goes back to Williams now. Williams, McIntyre, side by side, heading into turn 1. McIntyre's on the inside, Williams on the outside. It's going to be McIntyre staying behind of Williams, and Williams staying ahead of McIntyre in 7th as it's showing Lucas in 9th and Flint in 10th. Who's that? Oh, that's Talsma. The car behind him's out of Talsma.
But Adam Talsma is, I think,
lapped out.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Here we go. Flint, Martin. Oh, these guys have been battling all race long, especially also Zoltan waiting in the wings side by side between Birgersson and Flint.
Side by side, and it's Birgersson down the inside. Great move by Johan right there. When you're fighting in a pack, Marco, what's the first thing you do? Do you try to slowly move your way up the pack, or are you the type of driver to just sit there at the back and wait a few laps to see if anything happens?
I like to wait because I don't have the pace to overtake people. So if I make the pass, I'm going to be slow, so they will pass me again. So I prefer them to stay in front of me, battle out, and crash.
I was doing a hybrid of that. I always, you know, if I'm catching up to a group, I know that I'm much faster than whoever's at the front of this group. And I will stay behind it for about 2-3 corners, and then I'll start trying to do some of my trickery to get ahead. But I'm not sending it into corners. I'm more of just putting my nose on their inside, trying to give them into mistake. As that's Zachary Beeson retired from this race in a big crash.
Big crash at Sunset. Was he alone? Yes, he was alone.
Yeah, he was. Hit the bump on the outside, and bam!
Ouch.
He'll wake up with a bruise.
And McIntyre on the outside. Clark Williams very early on the brakes.
Yeah, he gave it to him right there. But yeah, some of the trickery that I would do is, you know, nose on the inside, nose on the outside. You know, breaking points side by side, get a little lunge in there at times, and just try to scare them, get them watching their mirrors, and, you know, next time they get into another braking zone, they're usually going wide or spinning around, and, you know, it's a cheap trick, but it works. Well, that's in the Spec Racer Fords, and, you know, Spec Racer Fords were racing earlier on Apex Racing TV with the SRF Weekend Warriors at Interlagos, and that series also That series is the iGPFun the Spec Racer Forward series.
Yeah, basically. Yes. And yeah, they also follow the official championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they
of course,
do.
We have both an official open and fixed setup series for these cars. They both run the same lap distance and the same track. But of course, here you learn how to do the proper setup. This is open setup, and of course, as we say every time, this is the longest race of the week. So you also learn how to manage your tires. And as I've said many times, I talk with the Italian F3 champion, regularly when we do Italian Esports on Tuesdays, and he told me that if you behave and if you treat your car with respect, you can have your fastest lap of the race at the final lap, because this car, the more you drive it, the faster it gets, but you need to be respectful. And of course you learn that, and when you then apply it to the shorter races and you kick in a little bit of tactics, that can do absolute wonders for you.
Absolutely. You know, longevity is key for tires, and you know, this car, the longer it goes, the lighter it gets. And you know, if you get aggressive on the tires, that's more time you're taking out of the potential time at the end. And you know, this car is like a groove machine. It's like a record. You know, it has all those grooves. You just get into the groove, and the car just gets faster and faster and faster. And you know, very good music is playing.
Speaking of open wheel action, don't forget that we have the official IndyCar Championship Open Series, the penultimate round of the season, that will be live tomorrow at midnight GMT or at 7 p.m. Eastern Time from Mosport. Again, one road course left in the championship, then it's off to the Texas Motor Speedway to round up the season. It's that time of the year, Austin. We are getting ready for the end of the season. We have a lot of championship to dish out here on Apex Racing TV, and of course the new build is lurking just around the corner, with a possibility of having to open our umbrellas.
Skies. Some darker skies are along the horizon, as you know, one of my favorite artists says, "There's a bad moon on the rise."
No, I was about to say that one of my favorite bands of all time had an album that was called Black Clouds and Silver Linings, which is fitting for... Of course, I could talk about the greatest progressive metal band of all time, Dream Theater, so I'm sure there's a lot of fans. And Philippe Lucas goes in for the move, very deep on the brakes, mows a bit of grass, should live to tell the tale, but here comes Clark Williams, Austin, very aggressive on the inside.
Yeah, very aggressive move by Lucas, but he was able to hold it off right there for 8th place. Clark Williams, we saw him give the spot to McIntyre. He's got that spot back, but Philip Lucas, you know, got up to the back of this fight and made his way through it now. Philip Lucas, great day by him, up 17 spots from not the best qualifying, but he's really feeling at home during the race pace of here at Sebring.
Tell you what, maybe we should have the initials, because we have the two Richie Robinsons next to each other in 19th and 20th. Morrone, dive on the inside for 4th position. Oof.
Ledo trying to, you know, he's stayed with him. He's in that draft. Are we going to see a Ledo move up the inside? Yes, we are. Ledo and Monroe. Oh, gosh. Vinny on the outside and unable to make that move, as Ledo made that move down the inside. Now Vinny looking up onto the inside of Ledo, unable to make that move, gets right into the gearbox.
Let's see, it doesn't seem like he has a decent enough run to go for a move at the end of the straight here into the hairpin. Great fight. Oh no!
Oh no! The leader is out! Max Bartolota is out of this race. The wheel is off, the front wing's off, everything is off right there. And Max is going to slowly try to limp the car back home. And you know, we were having fears of that happening. You can't always get too comfortable out there at front. We almost saw it in the F1 Grand Prix this morning too as well. And here's a replay of what happened to Max Bartolota. I can tell you it probably includes these 3 words: too much mustard. Got into the grass, and it was just a wheel on the grass, got onto the throttle, and whoop into the wall.
I don't believe this. Incredible. Incredible. It's all falling into place for Thiago Martó. What a disaster for the 3D Rap Squadra Corse.
Did Martó find a 4-leaf clover today? You know, gets pole at the last second, and then that happens.
And this means that Luca Varani is almost sure to have a podium, and this is now the fight for 3rd. Here comes Morrone. Guys, don't destroy your fantastic race. Oh! How did they not make contact there?
I am not sure, but Helena's not out of it yet. Switched it onto the outside line, heading into turn 1. And Vinny onto the inside. And buries that gearbox onto the front nose of Ledo. And holds him off. And Giacchino wants a little spice of this action too in this fight for 3rd. As they still carry on, Morrone up ahead of Aledo and Giacchino, nose to tail still as they go, and Giacchino just sitting out back, not really a part of this fight, but he's close enough to see what's happening and to benefit if something happens, and then they continue to fight. This will become a 3-car fight very soon.
The race leader is about to cross the start-finish line to get the 3 laps to go signal. Let's jump on board because I think that this fight is far from over. Max Bartolotta went in, got his stop, but is down in P19. Incredible what transpired.
I can't believe that happened.
I mean, we had in the endurance race today at Le Mans, we had 3 lead changes in the final hour of the race, and we had an unsafe pit entrance, a spin, and a crash. And now we come to Sebring. We have Max dominating the race, the best performance of his iGPFun career, and then that happens. The surprises are non-stopping today here on Apex Racing TV. Alex, putting it all on the line and more. He really wants that podium, but Vincenzo, who is a quick driver but has been very unlucky lately in iGPFun, is about to have his best result ever, I think, in the championship, as Andy Flint gets the job done on Clark Williams. That's for P9, and this guy now has a 9-second advantage over Luca Varani, and really, it was Christmas come early. I mean, he was there because of merit. He was pole sitter with a fantastic lap. He got out of a rabbit out of the hat. He was still the 2nd fastest car today on the track, but it's always a surprise, because I'm sure he was already thinking about 2nd place, and he would have been happy with it because it's important points. All his main title rivals are behind him or are not here, so there would have been good scoring points for the championship. But this is the icing on the cake for Martó. He just needs to survive 2 more laps to bring home another race victory today. And let's see who's going to be. We know that Luca probably is going to be on the 2nd step of the podium. Who's going to be on the 3rd? Vincenzo Morrone, Alex Yedo, or Max Giacchino?
I'm not sure. This fight could go either way. Giacchino's fast, Ledo's fast, and Morrone is also fast as well. They're separated out just a little bit, but hey, 23 out of 24 laps down. They still got 2 more laps to go here at Sebring in the fight for 3rd place. And I'm all for it. Vinny staying ahead of Aledo. He's building up that gap. Aledo getting onto the curb right there. This fight might have seen its peak right there. But there's also another fight brewing as well. Samuel Hermer in a fight for 10th place as Johan Bergson and Zohan Zoboter are having a fight in 12th place. They're side by side. And Bergeson round the outside has a great run. They're still being followed by Adam Talisman, who is not going to be a part of this fight, but he's really enjoying the show. And it's a late move by Zomoter. Zomoter looking up onto the inside, heading into the hairpins. Not going to happen right there.
And it is Hermer and Williams.
Clark Williams and Hermer. Hermer trying to get back into the top 10 after a horrible start. Down to the inside. Samuel Hermer up into the top 10.
Hermer was fighting for the victory, and what could have been for him, Austin. And I was shocked that the first time he hit the wall, he was okay, you know, when he made the mistake. Then the second time, he had to go to the pits, so he went to the pits, got a fast repair, and he's still in the top 10 as the white flag comes out. So incredible pace from Hermer. Again, what could have been for him. Marteau, white flag. You can see Varani in the distance, lapped cars around him. And Morrone, I think, has gotten the decisive push to stay clear of Yedo and Giacchino for third place. Who knows? But I think it's looking good for him.
It's looking good. White flag. One more lap to go here. And the fight for third still on fire. Max Giacchino putting down a personal best as they're still separated out just a little bit. But hey, one more lap to go. That's when you really push it, or that's when the worst of the worst unfortunate events can also happen. And it looks like Giacchino and Aledo are in a big fight right there, or about to have a big fight, as that's Marteau, your race leader, surprise race leader. He got pole position, didn't lead every lap of the race, was overtaken at the start of the race by Bartolota, and wow. The luckiest man on the grid, I have to say this. Marteau, I don't know if he found a 4-leaf clover, he got good luck or something. Somebody gave him a juju spell or something, but he's got all of it.
But you know, Austin, you make your own luck, and he was in the perfect position, the best position to pounce on the mistake. So, you know, I think he put himself in the position to profit from it, and the chips fell in the right places for him.
And it's going to be Thiago Marteau taking the victory here at Sebring. And Luca Varani returns to the podium here in second place. What a return by Luca Varani. And it's Vincenzo Vinny Morrone taking third place. Fantastic race by them, with Aledo and Giacchino finishing out that top 5.
Final fight across the field is Philip Lucas and Dave Martin. They are arguing over 7th place. Here comes Philip Lucas, and he should get the job done, finishing up in 7th. Also we have Clark Williams, Johan Birgersson and Zoltan Zomotor, with Clark getting the position over his two rivals. And now we have not only Richie Robinson, now there's Mark Matisse between the Richie Robinsons, and let's see if Mark can get enough draft. I think he's a bit too far away to get the P19 he wants. As we are heading for a Sunset Bend once again.
Yeah, last time through there, it's always a most special time around Sunset Bend. You know it's the last time, and when you go through there, you let out a little sigh of relief. No, Richie Robinson, top 20. Max Bartolota on the last lap, puts in the fastest lap of the race. Has a little statement point right there. But wow, what a day.
What a day, Austin. We are just waiting for the final few cars to come home and cross the start-finish line. Just as a reminder that we will have 2 more races left after this one. And Austin, you need to grab your luggage and come to Europe, because we are visiting the 2 most recent road courses in iRacing. The Red Bull Ring next week, and the Hungaroring in 2 weeks' time, in a fortnight's time, I should say. A new word that you learned the other day, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, it's been nice being in America, but it's time to go back to Europe, and more importantly, time to give you the final race results from tonight. And it's Thiago Marteau, the winner, in front of Luca Varani and Vincenzo Morrone. I go out on a limb and say this is a first-time podium overall combination in this championship. Alex Hiedo in fourth, then Max Giacchino and Will McIntyre will finish in 6th place. Philip Lucas, Dave Martin, Andy Flint and Samuel Ermer round up your top 10. Then Clark Williams, Johan Birgersson, Zoltan Zomotor, Claude Remillard, Victor Varris, Martin Devine, Roberto Fay and Max Bartolotta, the biggest disappointment of the day for sure. In front of Noel, Richie Robinson, Mark Matisse and Killern, Richie Robinson. Daryl Govender was 22nd in front of Lucas Maruk and Mark Hudson. Nick Carty was 25th in front of Jota Gonzalez, Zachary Bison, Matthew Gracie in 28th, Alex Fournier in 29th and Richard Van Veen in 30th position. In front of behind him, we had Adam Talisman, Patrick Rowlands, Robert Ridgway and Elvin Cortecas. Reed Dennis was 35th in front of Alex Hopkins, Stuart Mill and Tony Jimenez, he was 38th. And then the final few drivers we have for you today. Leonard Cherry, Andrea Catalani and Julio Palacio, they were having, especially Julio, a fantastic race. Almost challenging for the podium before his crash. Massimo De Laurentiis, Andre Santos, Jerome Lamy, Ito's son, Coach Ito, and last but certainly not least was the newcomer William Webb. So Austin, great race, surprising race, and now the final 2 races of the season, Red Bull Ring and the new track, Hungaroring. What can we expect?
We can expect a lot of racing there because Red Bull Ring, very long straights, draft trains always happen there, moves down the inside. The first lap is going to be very crucial here, and then it's going to be a big pack race throughout because the draft is so special. It's going to go by really quickly, and the speeds are going to be up there, and I expect some really cool racing there and a very cool finish as well. Hungaroring, probably going to be the opposite to Red Bull Ring. It's going to be much more technical, but we're going to be seeing the drivers put all the skills to the test at the Monaco without the walls, as they call it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you everybody for joining us here at Sebring for the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. I've been joined by Marco Barbonera, and I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.